Hi everyone. BMW 330e. We're going to be replacing the auxiliary battery. First you remove the cover. You just pop it off. It's a bit of mess underneath. Then you got 4 torques. This is T27. 4 corners. Be careful with the wire, there's a wire with it. Before you disconnect the battery, you have to disconnect the main high voltage battery. There's a switch for that. Pull the tab on it, and then pull the whole thing out. Now the high voltage system is disconnected. Now we disconnect this battery then. Negative first, 10mm. Have to pull 2 rivets out to get the cable out. Have to pull the center out, and then the whole thing should come out. It did. There's 2 of them, one underneath, one's below. Yeah. That makes this loose. Disconnect that. Disconnect that. That's just a vent tube. Remove that. Remember to put it back in. Disconnect negative terminal.
A few moments later.
My negative terminal came off. Not without problems. Positive off. I think we have to disconnect that 10mm. Okay, with both removed, we've got both terminals off. There's probably 13mm at the bottom. There's another one over this side. There. Take them out. Okay, so that one's out. It's fun to get that out. It's as long as this. You will have to twist it as far as you can. I've used flathead on one side just to pry it, and finger on the other side to take it off. These ones I've seen a couple of other options people used to take. This fuse box out and the plugs out. I've managed to take it out without it. When you pull the battery to the side, you can actually get that tilted and take it out through that side. So you don't have to actually disconnect them. So now it's a matter of pushing little tabs over this side. Where are we? Yeah. Pushing that back, because that's like another bracket holding it. Okay, this took me a bit to figure it out. So I'll show you. It's actually not that. You just pull this. Don't know if you can see it. Have to pry it on that one. Okay, this is out. This is what you have to pry off, because this is holding the side of the battery. You're supposed to just push that, but pushing it doesn't do that much. If you look at it, this is all I've achieved. So I will have to Don't know if it's stuck. But to me that should move a lot more than just this. Anyway, it's out. This actually is moving. If you look at it, you can push it. Okay, now it's not going to do it, but when you push it, it locks the battery in. Right, so this one goes back there. This one, as I said, you can just push this down. See? Did go in. Let me just put it tidy. Okay, battery's in. This one's tight. This one's tight. Just make sure you're not nipping any cables under the clamp underneath it. But yeah, it is possible to do it with this sitting where it was. Those two. Before you go, don't forget to put this in and reconnect it back to that. It's the vent tube for the battery. Somebody called it overflow. I know it is a vent tube, and I think that is a vent tube. The only problem, it's a little bit kinked. It's a bit too short for this application, but it should be okay. It's only gas. Hydrogen, actually. Okay. So this is done. Put the terminals back on, and this is pretty much done. Then we go to the back way. Okay, just a quick recap. Remember to connect this one, because we disconnected it. Remember about those two pins, push rivets, well, call them push rivets, whichever. The vent tube needs to go in there. This one's slightly kinked by there. That needs to go tight in there. See? Okay, you need to connect that, because we disconnected that. That one I did mention. 2 bolts underneath to tighten, and then just the battery cover. And that should be it on the back. Ah, right. And this. Just put it back in place. Okay. Lock it up in place. Make sure you don't kink the cables like I almost did. Them ones are going through the shroud, so they are fine. Okay, all sits tight. No pressure on it. So just put the torques back in and get to the back. Okay. So T27, 4 of them. They're all tightened. It's all solid. Put the cover back on. And make sure you find the pegs. Locate them. And just push it down. Okay, flip the car. We're gonna have to do the back battery then. This one's finished. Right. It's gonna be as fun on the back. You have to take that one out. Then you have to take that one out. Remove the bracket. Take out. I think there's a 13 again at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's a bracket holding it. See? But that's more like just a normal battery. Let me take that off and I'll get back. Okay, that's all done. What you have to do it. 13mm there. 1 10mm. 1 10mm there. And a 10mm one over here. Then you have to have 13 again to undo the clamp on the battery at the bottom. Don't know if you can see it, because I can't see it. Yeah, it's by there. Undo that. The rest is pretty easy. There's a vent over this side you have to insert. And don't forget, there's a plastic thing. There's a plastic cover that needs to go before you put the whole bracket in. because obviously I forgot it. But yeah, two 10mm on the battery terminals, under one, under the other. I've disconnected that plug at the end as well to make it easier. Then tighten it all back up, and after it's all done, okay, last bit is to plug that back in. To do that you have to put something in the flathead screwdriver and then push it all in.
6.5 hours later.
If you're having problems with this one, what do? You put that, it pulls that little tab on the side, pull on that, pull on the red bit, push the plug in. Once it's back in, you push that bit in and tuck it away where it was. Then we have to connect it to ISTA or your chosen diagnostic software in a minute. Okay, so now we have to register the fact that we've changed the battery. Put the car in ignition on position. In this case it will just, go into full blink. It's not ready, so the engine wouldn't be started if it would be a normal car. This is the hybrid, so it's a bit different. Now we go into operations in ISTA, after it's all connected obviously, and we go read out vehicle data. Let's go complete identification, whichever. That's going to take some time. I'm just going to select the interface now. Select that. Okay, sorry, I'm doing this left-handed and I'm not that keen on doing it this way. But yeah, we have to register the fact we've replaced the battery, otherwise it could overcharge the new battery. This is vehicle with alternative drive, yes, okay. I didn't get electrocuted. Okay, now it's going to go through all the tests. We'll check all the fault memory. This one's got a problem with the back window, but there is a physical problem with the back window, I think, so there will be some faults. It's taking its time, as always. I will have to raise the faults before I can move on. I suppose it might not let me to execute command to replace the battery. The battery I've replaced was actually AGM 70 amp hours as well, so it's the same capacity, because it will ask if the battery being replaced is of the same capacity or is it larger capacity. So this is the easier option, where the new battery will be exactly the same as the old one. This is taking its time.
Day 2.
So we've got a couple of faults. Let's clear them. Yes. That will cycle the ignition on its own. It switched itself on. On the last visit to BMW, they've decided that the capacity of the battery on this is only 30%. In accordance with their own scriptures, BMW says that they will replace the battery if the capacity drops below 70%. This one's on 30 and they still try to black themselves out of it. Anyway, we go into vehicle management, service functions, body, voltage supply, battery, register battery replacement. Go on to this side, display. It will take a moment, it's always longer than a moment. Register battery exchange, click that, continue, enter battery exchange, same capacity. At the minute it's set to 70 amp hours, which is correct, and the new one is exactly the same, so we just do enter battery exchange, same capacity, continue. Is the newly installed battery on an original BMW part? No, it's not, but it's OEM specs. It's a Napa battery, 3 years warranty on them. Battery exchange is entered. Please wait. Okay, the following was entered. Last battery exchange, 70,560 kilometers. And in some control units, it may be possible after registration that the last battery exchange are set to 0. The last battery exchange is only correct. Okay. So let's click continue. Full functionality is only available with a valid state of charge. Functions such as the MSA or intelligent generator control may be restricted or not available until the state of charge is fully valid. Okay, continue. In the next step, the date and time of the vehicle will be set. Continue. Date, time, continue. Service function finished. Okay, continue. And we're back. So, time on the car is set. I thought I'm gonna have to do it manually, but it's done that through the software, so that's a nice thing. Nice little touch BMW, I didn't expect that really. Okay, again, operations, I'll just do another readout, but this is pretty much it. It's all done. The batteries have been replaced because this one's got 3 batteries, the main hybrid battery. There's the little one, which is, if I remember correctly, type 202. And there's a AGM 70 amp hours in the back. And all of them were faulty. Unfortunately, I can't do the main battery because that's BMW only, and it's a bit expensive, and it's a bit high voltage, and it's a bit, like they say, beware, do not touch this car. You have to have a BMW logo on your chest, and you have to have BMW hat, and you have to have BMW training. Otherwise, you're not competent enough to deal with this car. Well, I just did. Batteries have been replaced because I need to have the batteries replaced, because BMW will try to scam me into saying that, oh, because the 12-volt battery is not actually functioning properly, that's affecting the main battery, and this will reduce performance. This is why there's a problem with the main battery, and they will try to block themselves out from replacing it. Okay, high voltage battery, state of charge not sufficient. Power window, power window, power window, power window. So all of this is same problem. Okay, we're going to plug it in and charge it overnight and see what happens tomorrow. Anyhow, I shall see you soon. If you click like and subscribe to the channel, that will be nice. I shall see you soon in another video. It shouldn't be long for the next one to follow this one up. Okay, I'm not sure what the next video will be about yet, because it could be on this BMW or the 5 Series, possibly the Alpha, which is still standing there doing nothing at the minute. It's just my tool storage box at the minute when I was doing this car. But also, there's the, well, you've had a little brief of that, the Kawasaki, but there is something behind it now, and that will be a whole new series. That's going to be my, well, you'll see. Anyway, if you want to see what it is, subscribe to the channel to support it, and I shall see you shortly in the next video. Look after yourselves.